Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
First, I want to thank you very much for your messages.
We thank you for the co-creation and allowing us to reflect back to all of you what you already know.
My first question is, do I have a contract with the grace?
Yes.
Which kind of contract?
A contract to allow certain genetic patterns within you to form templates upon which hybrid beings can be created.
What are my options?
What are your options? Is that what you're asking? Your options for what?
I had experiences during ayahuasca sessions
Yes.
that a being, at first I was thinking it was an attack, but
it's not an attack. It is simply an opportunity to explore your own fears and let them go. If you want to call those options, then by all means you can. You always have the option to explore a fear, know that you are safe in doing so, and let it go because it no longer serves you as an idea, thus allowing you to become more and more expressive of who you truly are. Is this helping? Or is there some other direction you wanted to take this in? Be specific.
My question is, do I have a responsibility to them, or
you have responsibility to everyone, but you're never responsible for anyone. You have the responsibility to them to be yourself as best as you possibly can, because that's what this is all about.
So, yes, I tend to...
I beg your pardon? You tend or you choose? One implies you are empowered, one implies you are not. I tend, it's out of my control, I don't know what I'm doing, or I choose. Even if it's negative, I choose gives you power to deal with it. I tend removes the power from your hands because it sounds like it's something you can't help. And once you know you have a habit, you don't have it anymore. A habit is something you do you don't know you're doing. If you know you're doing it, it's gone.
So it does not... It makes no difference.
What makes no difference?
To know if I have a contract or not, because...
It makes a difference in that the contract will reveal itself through the actions of your life, but it isn't always necessary for you to consciously know that the contract is there. The contract will play out in the challenges that you face and the synchronicities that crop up in your life. You'll know it eventually. Maybe you don't need to know it until the end of your life.
Okay.
Yes?
Just follow my highest excitement.
That's the complete kit that will give you every bit of information you need to live your life as fully as you possibly can. It really is a complete kit. Nothing is left out. Nothing. Is this helping?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else?
Yes. I have tinnitus since more than 30 years, and it's becoming over the years stronger and stronger. I tried several natural ways to get rid of it.
Get rid of what?
Tinnitus, so this sound in my ear.
Tinnitus.
Or tinnitus.
All right.
And maybe you have, I want to ask you if you have a hint or an idea what I can do or what I can change.
Leave your email with the people that run this organization and information will be sent to you. All right?
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Something else?
Yes. I was wondering, is the universe, does the universe have a fractal structure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your universe does.
Our universe.
Yes,
but
not all of them do, but yours does, and many do.
Okay. so I can find a whole new universe in one aspect of this
Yes.
fractal.
Yes.
And uh-huh,
That is usually the way it is laid out when fractals are involved, yes.
yeah.
But there are other ways in which universes can express themselves.
Uh-huh, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Um,
Is that it?
I have I'm a medical journalist and I do research.
Is that exciting to you?
Yes,
Oh, all right.
do
Just
research.
checking.
Yeah, huh. And my highest excitement is to find out what my highest excitement is. And then,
Good luck with that.
yeah,
You'll be looking for a long time.
and
When we talk about the idea of acting on your highest excitement, we don't mean it has to come in the form of a career or a project long term. We simply mean at any given moment you have a number of options available to you of things that you can take action on in your life, and all you need to do is act on the one at any given moment that has more excitement than any other, and you'll be doing the same thing. If it ultimately turns into something that you could call a career or a job or a project, that's fine, because one expression of excitement is connected to all other expressions of excitement. That's part of the kit. But you don't have to start that way. You can start with baby steps and just keep acting on what's most exciting that's right in front of your face.
yes, I do.
All right. Well, then you don't have to go looking for what your excitement is, because you're doing what is your highest excitement every moment by
Yes,
simply making those choices.
yes, and I'm open for changes or new ideas or new ways um, to live my excitement.
All right. Good for you.
Yes.
Will that do?
My
Will that do?
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Hey, Bashar.
And you good day.
First, I just want to say thank you so much, you and Darryl, for doing what you do. I find your expressions so funny, and
Oh, all right.
I love the way you do, and you're hilarious and
We
everything
think
like
many of you are quite hilarious.
that.
In fact, since you bring it up,
Uh-huh.
I will now let you in on a little preview of something to come in your year of 2015.
All right.
In one of our transmissions, we will bring in a young being from our society who has absolutely no idea what your society is like. And you're going to get the opportunity to explain some concepts to him. And let's see how that goes. It'll be a lot of fun, I guarantee.
In a transmission like this,
In a
you and Darryl?
transmission like this, we will facilitate the training that he has had sufficiently to communicate with you. But understand that when we, as first contact specialists, contact a civilization, we have already had at least one incarnation in that civilization so that we understand the civilization. So we have a frame of reference so that we're not too alien. But this being, while being trained as a first contact specialist, does not yet have an incarnation in your civilization. And therefore, you're going to really get to see the difference in the concepts you think are very obvious as compared to what one of our natural people actually perceives you to be.
Is this gonna be like a little alien baby, or like through a channel?
It's not a baby, it's a young being on our planet,
In physical form?
a physical being,
Oh,
but will channel through just as I am channeling
Oh,
through
okay.
right now.
Okay.
And you will get a chance to speak with him, and he will get a chance to speak with you. But we are going to find this exchange quite amusing.
Awesome. Is that gonna be through Darryl or another
Yes,
channel?
yes, yes.
Cool. Okay.
Through this channel.
Okay. Okay. Cool. That's
It'll be announced. Don't worry. Now, would you like to continue?
yes. uh, when okay, so follow your excitement. I love the
Yes.
concept.
Follow your excitement to the best of your ability with zero insistence on the outcome. Many of you forget that third part quite conveniently.
Yeah.
That's the whole formula.
Mhm.
That's the formula that opens excitement up as the complete kit.
No resistance.
All right?
What if you feel like you have to do something?
Such as, for example.
Okay, I guess I'll use my life specific. Like,
Well, thank you. That would probably be best. Since that's the life you're living.
Yeah. So this one guy, right? So with my life, if let's say I'm having trouble figuring out exactly, like, I find many things excite me, but I don't
That's all right. There can be many different expressions of your excitement. That's all right.
Mhm.
That's why you just need to follow the thread. The thread of what excites you at any given moment that you have the greatest ability to take action on is the thing to do at that moment, knowing that it's all connected and will lead you to any other expression of your excitement that needs to be expressed in your life.
But
So it's all right.
But then I find it so easy to get like off that thread, and then I get
Why? Off what thread? If you're following the thread, how can you be off it?
because let's say I'm with like a group of people or family or something, and I
Yes.
feel like maybe I'm like I really want to do that, and
Do what?
do something totally different, like run off, like I gotta go do that, and
All right,
and I don't
that's
want to,
fine.
but then I feel that pressure.
If it is actually truly representative of your excitement, then that's the thing to do. However, we also remind you that many people on your planet confuse anxiety with excitement.
Mhm.
And that's why we initially said in the other conversation, you have to first be honest about whether or not what you say you're actually excited about is actually a definition of excitement,
Mhm.
because it may not be. You may be in denial about things and wanting to go this way and go that way because there's something else you don't want to look at within yourself, and then calling it excitement so you have an excuse to go do something else and not pay attention to what you really need to process. You have to decide whether that's what's happening or whether it is truly representative of your highest excitement. And also ask yourself, why, if you have a real definition of excitement, a true definition of excitement, which, by the way, in the complete kit is also the organizing principle of your life. Remember that as one of the tools in the kit. So if that is one of the tools in the kit, the organizing principle that allows synchronicity to bring you what you need exactly when you need it, in the order you need it, why would you create a definition of excitement that piled those things on top of each other so quickly that you couldn't finish one or two of them? That may not be a definition of excitement if you don't actually have time to enjoy what it is you're excited about. So pay attention to the fact that you may be creating a definition that is not actually purely a definition of excitement, with certain assumptions that you have to go hither, thither, and yon in order to be expressing excitement and running around with your hair on fire, which isn't always necessarily an indication of excitement.
So the best solution to that is just be as present as you can be.
Be as present as you can, because remember, there are many expressions of excitement, and sometimes even being in a balanced state of meditative peace can be a complete expression of excitement. So there's no rush. Are you in a hurry to get somewhere?
No, but I feel like I easily get frustrated
I
myself.
understand, but that's the clue right there. When you say, I feel I easily get frustrated, it's because you have a definition that creates the feeling of frustration. If you understand that all feelings exist only because of something you believe to be true first. You can't have an emotional response to something that you don't believe in. So if you have a certain emotional response, that's an indication, that's your first clue, that that response has to be intimately connected with a definition that is generating that response. So if that's the case, you take a moment, you take a breath, you take a pause, and you allow yourself to ask the questions from one direction or another. A, what would I have to believe is true about myself in this situation in order to feel the way I do? That's one way to ask the question. Another way to ask the question, because we understand that many of the definitions you may be holding on to might be fear-based, is to actually use the fear to your advantage and ask the question from the reverse angle, which is, if I really allowed myself to be who I truly prefer to be, what am I most terrified will actually happen? One way or another, when you ask the question from one direction or another, if you're willing to hear the answer, then in some way, shape, or form, the answer will be presented to you, whether in your life when you're awake, when you're dreaming, synchronicity, one way or another, the answer will come if you're willing to hear the answer. All right?
Yes.
So anytime you have a feeling that you feel uncomfortable with, stop and ask the question, what would I have to believe is true about myself in order to feel this way in this circumstance? And then listen. You'll get the answer if you're willing to hear it. But the only thing that would keep you from being willing to hear the answer is if you have another belief that says, if you find out that answer, it's going to be horrible, and you're going to find out that your worst nightmare is actually going to come true. This is what we'll be talking about tomorrow night, about one of the tricks of negative beliefs. As we said in a session called Angels and Demons, negative beliefs are the father of lies. You understand? That's that biblical phrase, and that's actually what the biblical phrase means. It's referring to the idea of the negative beliefs that have the sole duty and the structure of convincing you that there is no other possible belief. So they will say anything to get you to stay in that state because that's their job. That's what they're designed to do. You have to know differently. And that's what we'll be discussing tomorrow night of your time. How to do that.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Does this help you?
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask one more question?
That was a question.
You got me.
So I guess you
got
have
me.
the ability to do so.
You got true. When it comes to
I know it's true. That's why I said it.
yeah. When it comes to prayer,
Yes.
from what I understand and what I've gathered to understand is that it's about faith and believing it already exists. So it's about receiving.
It's about knowing
knowing
it exists. It's about knowing it's already here. And it's about being in a state of gratitude that it already exists. You have to pray as if it's already a done deal, not for something you want, because then that keeps it out there in the wanting state. But if you know it's already a done deal, then you know that it will manifest at exactly the perfect moment, not a second before the perfect moment when it serves you best, but not a second later than the perfect moment. So once you are in that state of gratitude for what you already have that may simply be invisible to you at the moment, just go on about your life and let it manifest when it serves you best. All right?
All right. Thank you so much, Bashar.
Thank you.